What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and after taking nearly a month to do that extremely long penny hunt, I'm back with a little bit shorter video. I've got $36 worth of customer wrap nickels that I picked up the same weekend I got that giant collection dump of pennies, and they've been sitting on my desk for a very long time, so I thought I'd quickly get through these, get back to a little more regular cadence of videos, and let's see what we can find in here. Of course, with nickels, we're always going to be looking for things like V-nickels, Buffalo nickels, our silver war nickels, which are 42 through 45 and 35% silver, and then any number of die chips, DDOs, DDRs, you name it, we'll be looking for it. I use the Strike It Rich with Pocket Change book as my guide, and we're going to go ahead and jump into these nickels. So it looks like I have 4 different types of wraps with, I believe this one being the most common one, but I'm going to go ahead and pick one from each type of wrap to open. We'll go ahead and get those open on camera here and just do a quick search through to see if we have anything interesting in here. And if we do, great. If we don't, I'll go off camera and finish hunting the rest. And of course, anything that's miscolored is going to be interesting for me to pull out and look at right now. That's just a 1990. Not in great shape there. Let's get these over here. Hopefully you can still see that. And I'll do a quick push through to see if anything jumps out as old or interesting. That is a 1983 Philly. Now, as I said in the intro, I do use the Strike It Rich with Pocket Change book, and it will outline all of the various mint errors and varieties that you should be looking for and give you an uncirculated and a circulated value on those nickels. So I think it's a great resource. I feature it on a lot of my videos, and there is a link in the description of this video and just about every coin roll hunt that I do, where if you're interested in that book, you can find it down there and click on that link and purchase it for yourself. Now there is something that we hang on to. This is a 1952, looks like a Philly. It's actually in pretty good shape. I can't recall off the top of my head. I will check the Strike It Rich book to see if there's any DDOs or DDRs on that. And if we happen to have something, I'll bring you in and we'll see what that looks like. Let me just get that out of the way so I don't mix it up with our existing nickels. Now, a lot of people ask why I hang on to 1960s and earlier, and the short answer is that they're typically a little bit lower mintage than a lot of our more modern nickels made pretty much from the 1960 and later. And I just collect them and keep rolls of them. And here's another pre-60. We got a 1958. This looks like we've got a Denver this time, so that's 2 pre-60 nickels on the hunt. And I know I'm doing this really, really fast, but I will go back through and look at each and every nickel, face and reverse, in case we happen to have like a die cut or anything like that on there. And this is the only other type of wrap we have. Now, you may be asking why I care about the type of the wrap, and it's just typically because they come from different people. Most people that re-roll coins, they go and they get their wraps from one place, and they're typically always the same type. And when you see multiple different types, I assume they come from multiple different people. All right, well, I have made a good mess out of these. So far, just the two finds there, a 52 and a 58 Denver. I'll go back through here, and if we find anything interesting, I'll be sure to bring you in. So we're cleaning up those first 3 rolls. That's how many I've gotten through. And we have our first technical find of the hunt. We've got ourselves a 2024 Philly in pretty darn good shape. And these were extremely low mintage. And rolls of these were going for quite a bit of money on eBay for a long time. I think they still are. So if you're happening to still get full bank rolls of the 2024 Philly or Denver, make sure you check eBay before you send them back to the bank. Well, we got through those first 4 rolls, and we didn't get any more pre-60s, but we did end up coming away with what looks like 7 2024 Philadelphias, and most of them look like they're in pretty decent shape. No ring of death, no major scuffs or problems with them, so those are pretty nice. Something I'll definitely hang on to. So I'm getting into roll number 5. It's the only other roll that had that type of wrap on it. I've got them out and got it spread out, and as I did pull it, we've got one coin in here that looks older than the rest. There could be other stuff hiding in this roll, but looks like we've got ourselves a 1947 It is a Philadelphia, and 47 is one of the years that could be a Hennig nickel. I cover this in most of my videos, and this one's pretty jacked up there near the top of the building. Looks like some post-mint damage on that maybe. But typically we're looking for that R, the base of that R for a little loop. Let me get you under the scope just to make it a little bit easier to explain. We're looking for a hole in the R of pluribus, right about there. We're also looking for a die crack that would come down from pluribus down into the Capitol Dome building. The other way to check would be to throw it on a scale, and if you have something that's more than like 5 or 5.1 grams or something that's extremely light, you might also have a Hennig nickel. And I'm in ounces right now, so let's check out grams. Yeah, we're at 4.95 grams. I think we've got ourselves just a regular 1947 nickel. All right, so roll number 6. Much like our last roll, as we got it spread out, we got another one that looks really old jumping out at us, and we've got ourselves a 1941. Let's see if we've got a mint mark on this guy. We do not, so a 1941 Philly. So I just opened up roll number 9, got it spread out like I do, and I had a couple of oldies in here. Going back through it, where is he? That guy looked really, really old. Reverse facing, we've got a cross or an X on him there, so not a lot of value. We do have a 1949 though. Looks like a 49 Denver. And there was one more, and you could actually see the date. Where is it? There it is. 1953. We've got ourselves a 53 Philly. So we get into roll number 10, and this is pretty cool, something we haven't found in a long time in a roll. It's popping out right there. I didn't see anything else old in there, but I didn't look too much because this one caught my eye really quickly, and I've already taken a peek, so I know we have what I think. You can tell already that mirror finish, that frosted building. We've got ourselves a 2002 San Francisco proof nickel. Now, I think in the past I found a handful of 2000 San Franciscos. This may be my first 2002. We've gotten into roll 14. We're more than halfway through. This one came up obverse facing. We've got ourselves a 1948. Now, if we had the 1948S, that would be a semi-key date, and that would be pretty darn cool. Let's see what we got. We have the 48D, and looking, I've got my Strike It Rich with Pocket Change book up, and no 48D DDO or repunch mint mark or anything like that. So we'll just put that on the board as a find. Still getting through roll number 13. I've got about 6 or 7 nickels left there, and we've got a 2023. I've already checked it out under the scope. I've covered this in a lot of nickel videos, but there are a ton of things to look for on the back of this guy. I think I may have even mentioned it earlier in this video. But one of those things is die chips up here on the dome. And this is a really good view of a big die chip here, one here, and one here. I'll check it out on eBay. I don't think there's a lot of value here. I do see these from time to time. I don't always pull them out, but because we have so few rolls, I thought we would this time. So we've gotten into roll number 16, and we're about maybe a third of the way through the roll, and our next find has popped up here, a 1946. We've got ourselves a Philly, and the 46 is one of those Hennig nickel years, so real quick check. No loop in the R, no die crack. I'll weigh it, and if we're over 5 grams, I'll be sure to bring you back in. So we just cracked open roll number 18, and literally 2 coins from the top. We've got ourselves our first foreign on the hunt. We've got a 1979 Canadian nickel. So same roll about halfway through, we have potentially a really cool find. We've got ourselves a 1955. Now the 55 Philly is a semi-key date, which is going to make it pretty low or extremely low mintage. And the D has a possible D over S mint mark error. So let's check out, see what we got. And we have a Denver and a little bit of road rash on the back to go with it. Let's check that mint mark. And I'm going to say we have a regular plain old D, and that's just a bit of post-mint damage because you can see it coming from here, smashing into that D. So 55D, I'll take it, but I still really would like to find that filly. So again, same roll number 18. We've got another 50s find, and it's our first 59 of the hunt. Looks like it is a 59 Denver. Not a bad looking 59 either. Well, for being just 18 rolls or $36 worth of customer wrap change, it turned out to be a pretty good little hunt. And we'll start up here at the top with probably one of my favorite finds. I haven't seen one of these in a good long while. The 2002 San Francisco Proof Nickel. Now, I will be punching at least one or two nickels down in the Jefferson album that I have, and unfortunately, I have a slightly nicer 2002 San Francisco that I've found in a previous hunt. I have this 1972D, which is much nicer than the coin I have in the book. We talked about this one at length in the middle of the video, but we've got ourselves a 2023 Philadelphia with the die chips up there on the dome. You can actually see it just under this camera. You don't need a full magnification. And of course, we got one Canadian 1987 nickel, so one foreign on the hunt. We did come away with a whole bunch of pre-60s nickels, a 41, a couple of 47s, a 46, which is out of order, and a couple of these years were Hennig nickels. I checked most of these on camera. All of them were just regular Hennig nickels, so a lot of you guys will ask me that in the comments, but I always check. We did have a 1948, a 49, a 52, a 53, and we were really hoping to get that 1955 Philly, and unfortunately we got another Denver. I've got a couple of 58s and a 1959 that was in decent shape, but the one in my book is a lot nicer than this one. Look at that 9 under the scope. It just looks a little funny. No, my eyes are playing tricks on me. So, the other thing I want to talk about here real quick is the 2024 Philadelphia nickels. I talked about them earlier in the video. I did just check eBay. These things, singles are going for about $1.50, maybe a little bit more. Some people are charging shipping, some people are not, but still not a bad turnaround for a nickel, keeping in mind that if you were to sell this for $1.50 on eBay, you'd likely lose money simply because you're going to pay 15% in fees between eBay and like PayPal, and you're going to have to ship this thing, which even at eBay shipping rates, it's like 80 or 90 cents to ship a coin these days. So not saying it's worth it necessarily to sell them as individuals, but if you can save up and do a whole roll, the OBW or original bank wrap rolls are still going for about $10 to $15 a roll. So I just hang on to these and make full rolls, and occasionally I do offload them. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get the book out real quick and have a look at the 2002 and this 1972 that we'll be upgrading. And we'll just thumb through the book really quickly so you can see the state of it. So I've adjusted the lights a little bit just to try to keep some of the glare off the inside of the book. For those of you that are curious, this is the Jefferson Nickel album from 1938 to 2003. I did pick this up on Amazon, and I think I have it in the link in the description down below. And I have added an extra page to get this through 2023. So the 2024s, I have a nice filly in Denver. I just have them in flips. But really like this book. They do talk about the nickels a little bit. They talk about all the other folders they sell, some history on the nickel. And of course, what I like about it most is that it has everything from 1938 to that date. It includes silver, and it includes spots for proofs. So in my album, I'm still missing a couple of the early 30s, the 8 and 9 Denver, 39, 8, 9 Denver, and the 39 San Francisco, and just the 1944 DNS silver. I have both of those from silver purchases, but I'm trying to only fill this book with coin roll finds. 1950D still eludes me. That seems to be the one that gets most people. When we get over here into the 60s, I've got some really, really nice older 60s and 70s. And starting in 71, you'll see that I've got holes just about every third spot for all the proofs, which again, I have a lot of these in mint sets, but I don't want to crack those open to fill this book. But if I can find them, like the 1982 San Francisco proof, we found that coin roll hunting. Coming around here, the 1988 San Francisco proof, we found coin roll hunting. And real quick, we'll come back here for that 1972. I went past it. This one here, and I know it's pretty far away, it is just a slight upgrade both on the obverse and reverse, so we'll be punching that down. And just moving forward here, talked about the 82, we talked about the 88, and here is the 2002 proof. And this one's got a little bit of a like fingerprint over here on the left, but it's a much sharper strike than the one that we found in this hunt. So this one I'll just flip up and hang on to, but not going to replace the 2002 that's already in there. But other than that, we're just missing San Francisco proofs all the way to the end. And here we have until our 2022 Denver and 2023 Philly. So this was that extra page that I dropped in there. It might have even been 2 extra pages. It was 2 extra pages that I bought and put in here. So anyway, that's the album. I'm excited to have done at least one upgrade in the book. That's always nice when we do a hunt. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop one down below, click that like button, and leave me a comment, because the more you guys comment, the more you guys like it, the more interaction it gets, the more it recommends it to other people. If you're new to the channel and you like coin roll hunts, make sure you click on that subscribe button and then click on that alert bell before you go to make sure you get every video that I drop, whether it be nickels, dimes, quarters, pennies, or anything else I decide to post. I'd really appreciate it. Special shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys for supporting the channel each and every month. I really, really appreciate it. With that, I hope you guys are all doing well. The fall is about, and it's getting cold outside. I kind of like it down here in Atlanta. It's been nice. Looking forward to spending a little more time outside. I hope you guys get to do that as well. So with that, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.